Good day, class. This is attorney season, and today I'll be discussing search and its technicalities. So let's start. Search and seizure. So, what are the requisites for the issuance of a search warrant? So, number one, a search warrant shall be issued only upon probable cause in connection with one specific offense, to be determined personally by the judge after examination under oath or affirmation of the complainant and the witnesses presented. Moreover, the search warrant shall particularly describe the place to be searched and the things to be seized, which may be anywhere in the Philippines. It includes the order requiring the use of at least one body-worn camera and one alternative recording device, or a minimum of 2 devices, or such a number as may be necessary to capture and record the relevant incidents during its execution. So my question is, what is a search warrant? So a search warrant is a written order. It should be written, and verbal search warrant is not allowed. Okay, it should be written. Okay, search warrant to be valid should be written, and it should be issued in the name of the people of the Philippines. Why? Why is it issued under the name of the people of the Philippines? Because the state is an interested party in the prosecution of crimes. That's why the search warrant must be issued under the name of the people of the Philippines and not the applicant. So, so every search warrant is applied and issued by and under the authority of the state, regardless of who initiates its application or cause its issuance. And third, it must be signed by the judge. Okay? What happens if the search warrant is unsigned or the judge did not sign the search warrant? And then the police officer executes such search warrant. What will happen? It will what happens if the warrant or the search warrant is unsigned? Okay, it invalidates the search warrant. Therefore, the police officer will have no authority to search the premises of a particular individual. Why? Because an unsigned or an unsigned warrant invalidates the search warrant. Okay? And one of the requisites for the issuance of a warrant is that it should be valid. Okay? And if wala na pirmahan, if it's unsigned, then the search warrant is invalid. And also, the search warrant should be directed to a police officer. So so any applicant, law enforcement officer or agency. Okay? And the search warrant commands the police officer to search for personal property described in the search warrant. And for what? To bring it before the court. So only personal property, okay, are subject of a search warrant. Personal property in the sense that it's movable. It can be moved. Okay? And it does not include real properties like lands, buildings, or anything that cannot be physically brought or moved to the court. So again, only personal property. So under the civil code, we have two kinds of property. We have real and personal property. Real in the sense that it is immovable, like lands or lots. And then personal property, or those property that can be moved, like laptops, murder weapons, drugs. Okay? So there must be probable cause in the issuance of a search warrant. So a search warrant shall be issued only upon probable cause. Okay? What's probable cause for purposes of issuing a search warrant? So it refers again to such facts and circumstances which would lead a reasonably discreet and prudent man to believe that an offense has been committed and that the items or objects sought in connection with said offense, like drugs or firearms, or subject to seizure and destruction by law, is in the place to be searched. Okay. So, probable cause, okay, for purposes of issuing a search warrant, is concerned with probability only and not absolute certainty. There's probability ba nga na ay kitaguan si person A sa iyang balay, like illegal possession of firearms. Kasi firearms dito nga unregistered. So dapat, as an applicant, you must, okay, convince the judge that na kay nakitaan dito nga firearm or na kay witness nga nakita nga natay firearm and that said firearm is unregistered, wala na register. That's why ni-apply mo search warrant. Okay? So that's probable cause. And who will determine probable cause for the issuance of a warrant of arrest? Of course, it's the judge. So the probable cause must be personally determined by the judge. So, move on. So this is an example of a search warrant. Okay. So it appearing to the satisfaction of the undersigned, the judge, of course, after examining under oath the applicant, Police Major Yema, and his witnesses, Police Staff Sergeant Wilfredo, and a civilian informant, Mr. Reyes, that there is probable cause to believe that a violation of RA 10591, the otherwise known as the Comprehensive Firearms and Ammunition Regulation Act, has been committed, and there are good and sufficient reasons to believe that respondent, Mr. Asuncion, has in his possession and control 1 unit of caliber 45 pistol and ammunitions for caliber 45 pistol, which is keeping and concealing in the above captioned premises. So, you are hereby commanded to make an immediate search to Barangay Luok, okay, at any time of the day or night of the premises above mentioned, etc. Okay? And there's a new amendment, dapat ang search warrant in the third paragraph dapat mag-include nga i-require ang police officers to use at least one body-worn camera and one alternative recording device or a minimum of 2 devices. Okay? In the execution of a warrant of arrest or search warrant, dapat naagkay usa ka body-worn camera and one alternative recording device. So minimum of 2 devices. Or pwede po mo exceed sa minimum. Of course, minimum naman na siya. So pwede mo exceed as long as necessary to capture and record the relevant incidents during its execution. Pwede tulo, pwede upat. Okay, as long as necessary to capture and record the relevant incidents. Basta kay ang minimum lang is 2. Bawal lang usa. Again, minimum of 2 devices. 1 BWC and 1 ART. Okay? So this is an example of a search warrant. And what happens if a police officer search a house without a search warrant? So the police officer will be liable for violation of domicile under the revised penal code. So if a police officer search a house without a search warrant, violation of domicile, ano siya? And under Article 128, violation of domicile, the penalty of prison correctional in its minimum period shall be imposed upon any police officer who, not being authorized by judicial order, such as a search warrant, shall enter any dwelling against the will of the owner thereof. Then nag-search pagod of papers and other effects found therein without previous consent of the owner. Or having surreptitiously entered sa dwelling, balik-balik, and being required to leave the premises shall refuse to do so. Wala pagod siya dalang warrant. Okay? And if you're a police officer who will commit such acts, you will be held liable under Article 1284 for violation of domicile. And also, a qualifying circumstance, if the offense is committed in the night time, magsulod ka sa dwelling of another person without a valid search warrant, mag-search ka dito, night time pa dyan, okay? The penalty shall be prison correctional in its medium and maximum period. So, murag mo taas ang penalty if lifetime na commit or if ever ang papers not constituting evidence such as mga land titles, certificate of registration of a crime be not returned immediately, dili ulit dayon after the search made by the offender. So, mas taas siya og penalty. Okay? So, if the police officer obtain a valid search warrant o naka-obtain siya valid search warrant, gikan ni judge, but the manner of conducting the search was carried out in an abusive manner. Okay, gipangguba ng mga gamit, gipangkalkag ng kwarto, gikawat ng cellphone, etc. So in abusive manners or was maliciously obtained, meaning gagama-gama ra sila witnesses nga na ako na firearm dito nga gitang unregistered, etc. nga na drugs. So malicious ba? Gigama-gamaan sa police officer nga nga to para mo tuo si judge nga tinuod yun nga na unregistered firearm or dangerous drugs and apply. So, muna ang issue si judge of search warrant. So, maliciously obtained. They may be liable for malicious procurement of a search warrant or abuse in the service of warrant under the revised penal code. So, under Article 129, if buhaton to sa police officers, they will be held liable under Article 129 for search warrants maliciously obtained and abuse in the service of those legally obtained. Maliciously obtained meaning kapeke-peke silang witnesses or ilang fake ilang application for a search warrant. Hindi gumagamit sila witnesses nga na nakita daw nga na ay dangerous drugs in balay, na ay unregistered firearm, etc. And then abuse in the service of those legally obtained, gipangguba during search, gipangkalkag ng mga furnitures, mga safes, okay? So, wala siya naka-include sa search warrant, gipanguha, nangawat, okay? So, they will be held liable under Article 129. Okay? So, if a police officer search a house without witnesses, the police officer may be held liable for searching domicile without witnesses under the RPC. So under Article 130, searching domicile without witnesses. So let's just say a police officer is armed with a warrant of arrest. Okay? And then, search siya sa domicile. And then, iyang gipangwa ang papers and belongings of a person. In the absence of the owner, ulit tawo ang balay. Walay any member of the family of the person subject to a search warrant. Ulit tao yun. And wala may presence of two witnesses residing in the same locality. Actually, there's an exception for this. Let's just say wala ang any member of the family and the owner of the house, the lawful occupants. Ang police officers, pwede sila makuha og two witnesses residing in the same locality, preferably katong mga kagawad, barangay chairman. And if ever, dili sila makuha two witnesses residing in the same locality, ilarang kong research without the owner or member of the owner's family, they will violate Article 130 for searching domicile without witnesses. So, objects of a search warrant. So, be sure to memorize this. This is very important. So, the following properties may be the objects of a search warrant. Number one, properties which are the subject of the offense. Examples, illegal drugs found inside a house. Okay, muna siya property subject of the offense. Stolen, embezzled proceeds or fruits of the offense. Example, pieces of jewelry that were embezzled in a criminal case of estafa. Or maybe cash, okay, or gold bracelets subject nga kuan fruits of the offense like ilang i-rob ang pawn shop, so lagan sila ng jewelry, so pwede to. Objects including weapons, equipments, and other items used or intended to be used as the means of committing an offense like the murder weapon. Okay, so make sure to memorize this. This is a board exam question. And then second, objects that are illegal per se or illegal in itself, even if not particularly described in the search warrant, may be seized under the plain view doctrine. Let's just say na kay search warrant for an unregistered firearm. Sulod ka sa balay. And then na kay nakita ditong mga drugs. Of course, that's illegal. It's illegal possession of dangerous drugs. So, under the plain view doctrine, pwede nimo to ma-seize or ma-confiscate. Okay? Under the plain view doctrine, of course, latag dito sa table ang drugs. Of course, i-seize to nimo. Because they are considered objects that are legal per se or in itself. Validity of search warrant. So the search warrant shall be valid for 10 days only from the date of issuance and may be served at any day within said period. Thereafter, it shall be void. So therefore, may expiry date ang search warrant. Again, 10 days from the date of issuance ang validity sa search warrant. Unlike sa warrant of arrest nga, no lifetime. If in the implementation of the search warrant, its object or purpose cannot be accomplished in one day, let's just say, on the 5th day ninyo gi-execute ang search warrant. Wala pa dyan natiwas. So, pwede siya ma-continue on the 6th day, 7th, 8th, 9th, or 10th day. Okay? Pwede ka mo-exceed until completed, provided it is still within the 10-day validity period of the search warrant. So, search warrant 5th day. Pwede, continue na po. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pwede na. But what happens if a-search ka 10 on the 10th day and then pagyapon ka natiwas? Kita ko kayong balay. So, pwede ba ka mo-search on the 11th day? Nga expire naman na ang imong search warrant. So, number 3, let's read number 3. So, if the object or purpose of the search warrant cannot be accomplished within the 10-day validity period, the responsible police officer conducting the search must file for the issuing court or kanang issue sa search warrant an application for extension of the validity period of said search warrant. Kaya muna inyong buhaton kasi police officer, if kabalo mo dili gud ma-accomplish within 10 days. Okay, yung pag-search, you will file before the issuing court or katong court nga nag-issue sa warrant, sa search warrant, an application for extension of the validity. Okay? So once approved, of course, pwede na extension. Applications for search warrant. So all approved applications, let's just say naka-apply ang search warrant and na-approve na ang application, dapat i-record na sa logbook duly maintained for the purpose, indicating the name of the applicant, si PO1 de la Cruz, name of the respondent, isa may itong respondent na Mr. Baro, nature of the offense, let's just say violation of the Comprehensive and Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, date of application, January 1, 2002, is required in the application of search warrant, joint affidavit, and deposition of witness. Okay? So, examples of an application for search warrant. So, muna siya. Application for search warrant. Okay, I will not read this anymore. Basta muna siya application for search warrant. Don't worry, I will provide a soft copy. Application for search warrant. So, as a police officer, dapat inyo nang i-familiarize muna siya application for search warrant. And if ever mo apply mo search warrant, muna inyong gamiton, format. And then, joint affidavit po ninyo. Okay? That we, PO1, De La Cruz and PO1, Muya, both of legal age and bona fide after having been duly sworn in accordance with law, hereby depose and declare the following: that we were the investigators tasked to conduct the necessary surveillance on blank located at Barangay Luho. That on blank at around blank, in order to ascertain the veracity of the report, we proceeded to the place, and inside the premises, we were able to see ourselves the properties, okay, being kept and concealed in the above stated premises, so etc. So nga na. So aside sa application for search warrant, dapat na mo i-joint affidavit. Okay, and of course, the deposition of witnesses, inyong mga witnesses, like may mga confidential informant, okay, in drugs cases, okay, dapat na mo yung mga confidential informant, mga assets ninyo, okay, deposition of witnesses. So, muna siya Q&A form ang deposition of witnesses. Rene, question. Do you have personal knowledge that in said premises the following properties are being kept, being used, or intended to be used without proper document? Yes, sir. Answer. Siya. Q gani meaning question. A answer. Okay. So that's the position of the premises. Contents of the application. Okay, this is self-explanatory. So all applications for search warrants shall be approved for filing by the chief of office. And then the application shall indicate the following: the office applying for the search warrant, Magati City Police Station, name of officer or applicant, Juan de la Cruz, name of subject, if known, John Doe, exact address or places to be searched, 22 Blue Oak Street, Dumaguete City, specific statements of things or articles to be seized, pistol, okay, caliber 45 pistol and ammunitions, sketch or picture if available lang. Then the availability or unavailability of the body worn camera to be used in the execution of the warrant. So in case gani unavailable ang body worn camera, just like in a warrant of arrest, mo request mo for authority to use two alternative recording devices. Okay. In case of inavailability of a body worn camera. So mo request mo of authority to use two alternative recording devices. So, authority of police officers when conducting search. So, asam gikan ang authority of the police officer to conduct search. So, it generally emanates from the search warrant issued by the court. In warrantless searches, there should always be a prior valid arrest. So, pwede mo pud ka mo search o tao without a search warrant. And this is what you call search incidental to a lawful arrest. So, dapat na ay valid arrest o sa kang search without a search warrant. And in the conduct of a search, if after giving notice of his or her purpose and authority, the police officer is refused admittance to the place of search, just like in a warrant of arrest or in effecting arrest, the officer may break open any outer or inner door or window or any part of the house or anything therein to implement the warrant or liberate himself or herself or any person lawfully aiding him when unlawfully detained therein. Okay. So, pwede na buhaton sa police officers without violating the revised penal code. Okay? Kay, usually, if mo destroy kag property, diba, you will be held liable for malicious mischief, willful destruction of property. But in this case, this is the exception. Okay? So, in case if refuse admittance, pwede ka mo break door, window, etc. to liberate yourself or to enter said premises, to conduct search without violating malicious mischief under the revised penal code. Use of body-worn camera during the search. So at least one body-worn camera and one alternative recording device or such a number as may be necessary to capture and record the relevant incidents during its execution shall be worn by members of the searching team. Okay, so again, minimum of 2 devices. If ever may implement search warrant, minimum of 2 devices. Meaning, one the BWC and one ART, alternative recording device. Pwede po mo exceed, okay? As long as necessary to capture and record the relevant incidents during its execution. Pwede tulo, pwede upat. Okay, as long as necessary. And if BWCs are not available, you request the court to use 2 alternative recording devices. Okay? And the member of the searching team with the device shall ensure that they are worn in a conspicuous location, kanang makita, and also in a manner that maximizes their ability to capture and record the search. So usually, such as the pet, i-attach ang body-worn camera. And the body-worn cameras or alternative recording device can naman i-activate. So activated upon arrival at the place of search. So, arrive pa lang, i-activate na. And, i-deactivate ninyo once the search has been concluded and the searching team have left the premises and returned to the police station. So, dara ninyo na i-deactivate. Dili nyo i-deactivate ang body-worn camera or alternative recording device sa during search. Okay? Bawal na. Dapat inyo lang i-deactivate once concluded na ang search. Notification during the search, so very important. So, as a police officer, when conducting a search by virtue of a warrant, the PNP personnel wearing the body-worn camera or alternative recording device shall, as early as practicable, dapat i-notify ang lawful occupants of the premises to be searched and that the execution of the search warrant is being recorded. Okay? And that the conduct of search warrant is pursuant to a warrant issued by the court. So dapat inyo silang i-notify. If you're a police officer wearing the PWC or ARD implementing the search, i-inform nimo nga the search is being recorded and the conduct of the search is pursuant to a warrant issued by the court. So prohibited acts in the conduct of search by virtue of a search warrant. So houses, rooms, and other premises shall not be searched except in the presence of a lawful occupant thereof. Dapat ay lawful occupant or any member of his family. Or in the absence of the latter, if walay lawful occupant, walay member of his family, presence of two witnesses of sufficient age and discretion residing in the same locality. Preferably, mga kagawad, mga barangay captain. Okay? And then, second, lawful personal properties. Papers and other valuables not specifically indicated or particularly described in the search warrant shall not be taken, such as a cellphone, mga jewelries nimo, okay, nga naa sa safe, imong mga libro, bawal na, mga lawful personal properties, mga land titles nimo, mga certificates of registration sa imong mga vehicles, bawal na paan. Inventory and delivery of property seized. So the police officer who confiscates property under the warrant, mo-issue siya og detailed receipt of property seized to the lawful occupant of the premises. And in the absence of such occupant, the detailed receipt shall be left in the place in which he or she found the seized property. Nakita sa table dito, putang. In the presence of two witnesses of sufficient age and discretion residing in the same locality. So dapat na witnesses. This is under the revised rules of criminal procedure, Rule 126, Section 11. And then the receipt shall likewise include items seized under the plain view doctrine. Okay? During search, nakita ng dangerous drugs. Of course, imo na i-include sa receipt dapat. No exemptions. So the police officers must then leave a duplicate. Okay? Dapat okay, duplicate dito yung receipt with any barangay official having jurisdiction over the place. Following the receipt of property seized, certification of orderly search. Okay, natin mga examples later. And the police officer must make a return of the search warrant and forthwith deliver the property seized to the judge. Because that's the purpose of a search warrant, to deliver said property to the judge who issued the warrant, together with an inventory thereof, duly verified under oath, following the forms of compliance or return of search warrant and verification. So, muna siya examples of receipt for property seized. So, this is to certify that the undersigned has seized and taken possession of the property therein below described from Mr. and Mrs. De La Cruz at Luok, Barangay Luok, in accordance with search warrant number 1 issued by Honorable Judge Baguio of RTC Branch 36, dated blank. So, dire, quantity, number 1, caliber 45 firearm, or 24, caliber 45 firearm ammunitions. Okay, the signature, or printed name of the seizing officer, and then of course, kung two witnesses name, then address, then time. Second, certification of orderly search. Okay? So, imo po ning papirmahan sila dito. Certification of orderly search. And then, compliance or return of a search warrant. So, after, dapat, mo-issue mo, after search, okay? Okay na, may inventory, etc. Dapat, mo gama na po mo yung, return of search warrant. Kaya itong return of warrant of arrest. So, return of search warrant. So, just follow the format. Don't worry. I'll give a soft copy of this. Just please familiarize. Okay, this format. Now comes now the undersigned police inspector under and onto this honorable court most respectfully the original search warrant number 1 on January 1, 2002 at about 10 a.m. a search warrant was issued by this honorable court was served at the premises of the above named respondent. The following articles subject of the warrant were found by said office during search: caliber 45 pistol, caliber 38 pistol, and then ammunitions. All articles confiscated were under proper receipts. And may certify nga not the receipts. And are now in the custody of the undersigned. Whereof it is respectfully prayed of this honorable court that the return of the search warrant number 1 be accepted in granting the undersigned to have the custody of the aforementioned articles until the termination of the investigation. The Campramic and City this January 10, 2002, then applicant. Signature over for today. And then compliant, verification, of course. If there's return of search warrant, dapat na po kay verification. That all allegations contained in the compliance or return of search warrant are true and correct. I-verify niyo mga true and correct and of your personal knowledge to. Okay? Then applicant signature. Then pa pa rin. So, the end. Thank you so much for listening and God bless.